This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
You have a Rob Gronkowski kind of person, and they keep procrastinating and putting it off, and he doesn't wind up doing any WWE events for like another 6 months. What would he be doing? When somebody like Rob Gronkowski procrastinates, what do you call it?
Gronkastinate?
Okay. That's a thought. No, that's not it. Not Gronkastinate. When somebody who is like Rob Gronkowski procrastinates, what do you call it?
Gronkouchy. Sitting on the couch. Lazy.
That's worse than Gronkastinate.
Can you hit my cricket sound effect?
Yeah.
Hey, at least I'm trying.
You take the part of procrastinate and you would maybe call Rob Gronkowski a bro. It's called brocrastinate.
Oh, man, gosh, they are all awful. All three were terrible. Virginia's probably the worst.
No, yours was the worst.
You're right.
You're the woat.
Here's a fight over who's the woat.
You're the woat.
No, you're the woat. No,
ADL.
you are the woat.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called so you spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Welcome to the KVJ show. We are quarantined in our studio here, just us. That's it. Nobody can come see us. The lockdown is on. I'm sure a lot of people in the days ahead are going to be doing their own. I think this weekend you got no choice really to be quarantined. I don't know how many people are going to be going out.
There's just a lot of events that have canceled.
Yeah.
So, and they're saying you can still go outside and bike ride and enjoy,
Yes.
go to the beaches, like enjoy being outside. You're just not supposed to be in tiny closed spaces with people.
Yeah, that's the recommendation, is to go out and go see nature. Taking some of our parks, our lovely beaches. We were talking about that. And I never go to the beach. Like a lot of people in South Florida. Like, we have these amazing beaches. And how many of us don't ever even go to the beach?
My favorite time to go to the beach, when the sun's coming up, when the sun's going down. I love the evening beach.
Yeah?
I like nighttime beach too, but it's kind of horrifying.
I don't like night beach. That's a little too scary.
You
don't.
Groove.
That seems a little rapey.
You don't enjoy? Yeah. It's just seeing all the weird perps in the bushes and the guys dropping off the bales of cocaine. I mean, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on at night.
And we go to the beach a lot. My kid loves the beach. Both of them love the beach. There's a lot of people that live in vans right by the beach, just so you know.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if I want to be hanging out with those cats when the sun goes down.
I went on a date before, and it was evening into the nighttime on the beach, and there was a dude in the bushes watching us for a while, and it was creepy.
There you go.
Juno Beach, y'all.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's where the guys in the van live.
Yeah,
You can pick a beach and they're all there.
They're all there.
But in Juneau, there's all those like shrubbery and bushes and stuff you can hide. He was lurking in the bushes.
They all have mangroves.
Yeah, mangroves.
There's a lot of places to hide at the beach. Just don't go at the dark time.
Yeah.
You're right.
No.
That wasn't good advice.
So nature, that is one thing you can do this weekend. We'll give you a rundown of everything that is going on, though, with your cancellations. We'll get you caught up with that, what is happening in the world, what you need to know about coronavirus and life. We got it all for you here today in the KVJ show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in a sec in your dirt, what's the latest? Our friend Tom Hanks has posted yet another update as what's going on with his coronavirus battle in Australia. We'll tell you what he has to say coming up in a second. Before we get into that, AEG, one of North America's largest concert promoters, has instructed all of their touring shows to prepare to return home. It looks like they're going to shut down basically the concert industry. They said, look, at this time, we just feel like large-scale events need to be postponed. So through the end of March, we're putting everything on pause. We're going to be rescheduling, and we're lucky to have the flexibility to do that. So we look forward to connecting fans with artists very soon again in the future. So Mark Cuban is stepping up. He and I guess Disney are going to be paying their employees even while they are shutting down operations of their businesses. That's pretty cool. Here's a little bit of Mark Cuban commenting.
There's going to be hourly employees that aren't working. And so we talked again this morning with our folks at the AAC and getting the numbers. We have a program where the next 4 would have been Mavs games. We'll pay our hourly employees as if they worked.
Wow, that's pretty
cool.
huge.
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah, Disney said the same thing. Workers will be paid during the closures. And of course, I'm sure you saw yesterday, Disneyland and Disney World are going to both be closing up this weekend.
I wonder how long they'd let that go for. If it let's say it's 4 months, would they be able to pay 4 months worth?
I don't know. They said the closures will all last at least through the end of the month. That's kind of where everybody is right now. They're saying, okay, let's look at March. Let's shut it down for March, and then we'll analyze April the closer it gets. And finally here, what's your Tom Hanks update? He and Rita Wilson shared an update from Australia where they are both in isolation and being treated for the coronavirus. He tweeted out a picture of himself and Rita and said that they're not spreading it to anybody else. They're taking it one day at a time. They're trying to get through, and they're thanking all of the medical professionals and experts that are taking care of them in Australia. And they also ended the statement with saying, there's no crying in baseball, despite current events.
Okay.
Are they in the same room together?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of cozy.
They are. They're quarantined together in isolation. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
It's time for viral audio.
So how's your kids? How's your wife?
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I actually think viral audio is the right name for this segment here with everything that's going on.
Right?
And a lot of people were talking about this guy yesterday, but this audio is kind of interesting to add to the story. The guy that was flying from New York to Palm Beach, and a lot of people probably have heard now that he actually was waiting for his test results and found out he tested positive for coronavirus, then decided to get on the plane to Palm Beach and come home.
Now, that's been confirmed because I heard conflicting reports. Like, some people were saying, oh, he was on the plane and he found out mid-flight. And other people are like, oh, no, he found out before he got on it.
Well, you kind of hear what one of the people that work on the plane they get on the horn and they tell you what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
I saw 2 stories on it from reputable sources, and they painted it like he found out, then got off.
That's what she sounds like.
He
Yeah.
is a douchebag.
Yeah.
And I hope people find out who he is.
An individual on this flight got a text that he tested positive for the coronavirus. He has not been coughing or sneezing or anything on the plane. At this point, you're free to walk around and move around because most likely you're not going to have anything because there was no activity.
It's not a woman that sounds very confident. Most likely.
Most likely.
You know.
I mean, I wouldn't make out with him, but
Well, how do
You
we know?
do what you're going to do.
How do we know he wasn't sneezing and coughing? Was somebody watching this guy the whole time? Was there a sneeze count?
No.
unbelievable.
No. There is not a lot of confidence in any of that.
That was not that comforting of a statement.
Great
No.
job, guys. You really got a handle on this one.
Oh my God.
You're really making us feel great.
Could you imagine hearing that on the plane?
Wait, what? What? What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
But don't worry, your feet, feel free to move around.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. Yeah. To let you know, if you are worried about the coronavirus, luckily, O.J. Simpson is out there to kill it for you. He's talking about what he
He's
did.
talking about killing?
Yes, which... This is a guy that so desperately wants to confess to those murders.
He does,
I mean,
right?
Listen to the correlations of how he talks about killing germs.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, you know, they're canceling all these crowds at games, and they tell people not to shake hands and to disinfect surfaces. Well, this is what I won at the golf course today.
What?
How do I know how many hands have touched this money?
He's got a mask and gloves on there, and so that's how OJ is trying to kill germs.
I feel like anytime he tries to explain anything, it sounds like he's explaining murder somehow.
He also, did you see where he tweeted out a photo of the Bronco chase, and he said, me trying to get away from the coronavirus?
Yeah.
He does. He wants to confess.
He can't stop.
He wants to take credit for that murder. He does.
Can't stop talking.
So when I saw the germs, I jumped the fence and I stabbed him in the neck several times.
Wow.
Unbelievable. There you go.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jbird?
Yesterday, I started getting this craving for this ice cream bar I would always eat as a kid. Out of the blue, I just had this ache for this. It was called Gold Rush ice cream bars. They used to sell them at
remember
Costco.
those, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, I needed it yesterday.
Don't go to Costco right now looking for one.
Well, they don't make them anymore.
Oh.
They don't.
Wow.
It's
they have like caramel in them and things?
It did. They had a
Nuts,
few
yeah.
different kind. It was kind of shaped like the ice cream Snickers bar that they have, and it had the ice cream in it, and they had a caramel one, they had a peanut butter one, and they were fantastic. And we used to buy them by the bulk. But here's what I need help with. Maybe the people out there, they can help me with this. There was another ice cream that Costco sold. It was Gold Rush ice cream bars, and it was this other kind of like a sundae ice cream sandwich kind of a thing, and it was kind of like a brownie, and I forget the exact name. I'm trying to find that ice cream so I can find another one that's similar to it, because those two ice cream bars are something that I need back in my life. I'm craving them. Now, the Gold Rush ice cream bar that I was speaking of, it's a lot like the Snickers. That's what they say. The Snickers ice cream bar is kind of a different animal. It's not like the Gold Rush. So I'm trying to find the Gold Rush, something that's like the Gold Rush that's out there. And if anyone can remember that brownie sundae ice cream sandwich Costco used to make, it is bothering me. I can't finish the puzzle.
This is what's on his mind.
Well, good luck, love.
Thank you. Fat Kevin, you do remember the Gold Rush ice cream?
I do remember Gold Rush, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you liked it?
That was one of my favorites, yeah. The more goo, the better.
I noticed that's kind of when Ann and my mom got into them, because they were super skinny growing up. When they got into those ice creams, I remember them starting to put some weight on.
Yes, it'll change your life and your waistline.
That was kind of the beginning of the end when it came.
Yeah, if you eat a whole 12-pack of a Gold Rush bar 4 times a week, you will be getting in a bigger dress.
And got a Costco card, and everything kind of changed in our life. It was before Costco and after Costco in our family.
You could see the difference. You could go through the album.
BC and AC.
Well, because we bought everything in bulk. We were buying these cheeseburgers in bulk, Hot Pockets. It was actually a very prosperous and fun time for the
bulk is actually a good word, because when you buy in bulk, you become bulky.
That's the way I do it now. I mean, they taught
the more you buy, the more you eat.
I believe that is true.
Mm-hmm. What you got in your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I owe you an apology, Kevin.
Me?
Yes.
Why?
I feel very bad about what happened yesterday. I was just okay. So we had an 11:30 meeting to talk about the coronavirus with one of our bosses, and we were in there. You know, we got our marching orders. Everybody's got to do this and that, and then what's going to happen if this happens, and the whole meeting about it, so we can be prepared. And then we had another meeting set up for noon that was going to be right after that. And I was so rattled from the first meeting, I forgot about the second meeting, and I just got in my car and drove home in a daze. I was on 95, and I get a text from Denny's, Kevin's looking for you for the merch meeting. I'm like,
well, at first, the problem was Virginia had to reschedule. It was scheduled for Tuesday, and we didn't have it because Virginia couldn't make it. So she reschedules it, and then we all rescheduled it, and then she didn't show up the second time.
I am so sorry. I was on the road going, what's the matter with me?
So I think I have to apologize, too, because I forgot about that meeting until right this second. So, Kevin, I apologize, too.
Yeah, that's all right.
My head is not in the game.
No, I mean, in our defense, we did kind of have a coronavirus coronavirus meeting right before.
DEFCON level meeting. Like, okay, here's DEFCON 1. Here's DEFCON 2.
It was a lot to process.
It was. And my head was swimming.
We're not built as strong as Kevin.
And I'm spaced out, and I feel terrible. Denny's was texting me.
I look out the window. I see
oh, we got out of here like
dust.
crazy.
I'm like, merch.
I went right to the store and bought so much soap.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
I'm sorry, too. I'm an idiot.
That's all right.
Well.
You're fine. Actually, the head boss also spaced, and she didn't show up.
Okay. Well.
So the two people that we needed the most, the head boss and Virginia, we're all sitting around like, are they going to show up or no? Okay?
My head's just not in it. I apologized to the merch meeting. But
well, she texted me and apologized too, and I said, I guess looking at the circumstances, there are more important things in life right now than merch.
Yes, absolutely.
So
KVJ merchandise will be okay.
Yeah, it's not in the brain right now.
It's really not.
I said, unless we're talking about coronavirus shirts, we're good.
And then now you're capitalizing off the coronavirus.
I'm fine with that.
We got to make up some of the revenue we're going to lose.
You're right.
We're making Corona shirts.
That's it. That's true. What I got on my mind here today, just wanted to let you know, because this kind of got me thinking. Cleaning your phone. A lot of times people don't think about that. But, you know, to me, it's almost like a trail of germs that I do. I am somebody who tries not to let themselves slip into the world of a phobe, being germaphobe, because it becomes obsessive and it takes over your life. And I already obsess about a lot of things. And so I kind of battle that. And, you know, I do get a little bit, you know,
we
tweaky.
watch you. We see.
Yeah, I do. I get a little clank. So I try to work through things mentally to not allow myself get too far into it. And I believe that, you know, by doing some self-control and saying, okay, dude, just do what you can do, and that's all you can do.
You're self-aware, and that's half the battle right there. I mean, you know the issues.
I'm trying to be self-aware, not paranoid or tweaky or phobic about it.
It's weird because a few people who have OCD has reached out to me and they said they're really struggling. They're trying not to, and they know me and you kind of have some OCD. They wanted some pointers on what we're doing. I'm kind of struggling a little bit too with it.
Yeah, I always, whether it's this or anything else, to me it produces anxiety, and that's where I have to just try to help myself because you're always moving, things are happening, things get in your head, and I'm very much an alignment kind of person. If things get thrown out of alignment, it adds a little bit more anxiety to my life. And so, you know, I always try to say, hey, you can control what you can control, and you got to be ready for life. It's a roller coaster, baby. It's going to throw you some curveballs, and you just got to say, oh, well. When it comes to the germ thing, the awareness part of it is kind of tracing big sources of germs. We went last night to Whole Foods. I just wanted to get like a little packet of, you know, nuts, because I like to snack on nuts, and I'm thinking, okay, what are some things if I don't get out of the house much that I'd like to have around? So I'm there at Whole Foods with Ryan Beckett, and we're looking through the nut section, and I start to get through it, and my wife comes up with a cart. And she's like, all right, here, push this and follow me around. I'm like, I just wanted nuts. She's like,
I don't want to push it.
Now she's got other things.
I don't want to touch it.
So all of a sudden, my desire to get nuts has turned into me having to push a cart around. So I get in, you know, I'm like, oh, you know, because you're fine. Come on. You know, so the queen's dragging me around the Whole Foods. But I knew I kind of went through it. I saw some disinfectant. As soon as I got through, I put the cart, you know, away. I used the disinfectant on my hands. Okay, I felt better about that. So to me, it's just the constant awareness. And I'm that way anyway. So when it comes to coronavirus, that's just what I'm doing. But your smartphone is one of those things that just, I don't know why we don't think of all the germs, because you touch cart, touch phone. You go to the toilet, touch phone. You're just always doing
sitting
these things.
on the toilet, holding phone.
Yeah, keyboard, touch phone. And so a lot of times for some reason, I think we just think there's this immune shield, and they find out that your phones are one of the germiest things that you have in your life. But I didn't realize this when it comes to cleaning them, and I try to clean mine regularly. I've not necessarily been doing it right. So if you're cleaning your smartphone, and you should, gentleness is key, and I didn't have the gentleness part of it. I'm spraying it down with disinfectant, wiping, and all this kind of stuff. There are two things I learned. Not necessarily going right for the harsh chemicals, spraying on the phone, which I was, and two, always making sure you're taking the case off, cleaning the phone and the case itself, and then assembling it back again, because there are germs chilling between your phone and your case. So two big things
tip.
I learned, yes.
I never take the case off.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting the coronavirus.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you're talking about the whole nuts thing at Whole Foods. I've been struggling a little bit with the OCD. And I've been overly washing my hands to the point where it's becoming kind of just not natural how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I deliberately trying to break out of that shell, and I was at Walmart and I was going to get these tomatoes that come in the package. Well, they were out of those tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting tomatoes that were just right there that people can grab. And I used those tomatoes, but I washed them good. That would be fine, right?
Yeah, well, and what I think about too is to me, it's levels of alert in my head. So if I have touched a cart, I've got a red alert in my mind saying, okay, really, like what we did with you the other day about touching your face, I am really like, okay, be very aware of your hands because look at them like they're toxic right now. Until you can get to some cleaner, have the awareness that they're suspect right now. They're in the red zone. And so I knew that, like, okay, no touching of the face, got to some disinfectant, took care of the hands, and I'm like, okay, now I'm back to green level. So to me, I kind of think about my hands at that. And so I felt good in the line after I put the card up until my wife's like, you know, you got nuts. I saw an old lady digging through that bin the other day. I'm like, back to yellow. So, so I'm like, that's how my mind is always going. It looks like a stoplight when it comes to germs. I'm always at green, yellow, and red. So that's how I try to handle it. It's self-awareness and trying to alleviate a little bit of anxiety here and there. To me, you can't live in the red or you're going to have a breakdown. It's kind of like driving your car in the red. You've got to find a way to mentally release the tension and anxiety.
And you got to also, at least in my head, keep a little clean safety and security bubble in your life. Like when I go into my house, everybody now, first thing everybody is required to do, as soon as you walk in the house, wash your hands.
Okay, here's
as soon as you walk in the house, because if you bring the germs in your house and you start touching things in your house, now it's in your house.
Right.
First thing you do when you come in my house is wash your hands, and no strangers are visiting.
But I think the thing that some people are struggling with, you go in there, you wash your hands, okay, you're good. Then you sit down on the couch, and then you pick up a magazine, you start thumbing through the magazine. Some people that have OCD go, okay, I just touched the magazine. I got to get right back up and wash my hands.
The Corones is not in my house. So I'm thinking about it like a little safety bubble. Like, no one's coming in my house.
Create an area that you disinfect. You should go into that area, disinfect that area of everything. Magazines, remote controls, all those things that are suspect for germs. Clean them and then be in an environment where you're going to likely have less germs. Try to stay there. And that really seems to be the secret of avoiding the coronavirus. That's why they're trying to quarantine everybody. Get yourself to a space that is disinfected and then stay there.
Ralph in the chat room's like, it's overhyped. Do you still think it's overhyped? Do you think all this is overhyped still?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we're just trying not to me, what it is, it's a courteous thing. I'm not concerned about it damaging my health. I'm at an age and I feel like my immune system is to a place where I don't believe coronavirus is going to take me out. We're in a phase of consideration. I am considering people that do have either age or deficient immune systems that I am trying to help contain this virus so it doesn't spread to those people that it could take out. So that's, to me, what the hype is all about, is trying to protect those people. And so I'm trying to be courteous to them. I'm not concerned about coronavirus and what it's going to do to me. I'm concerned about how I could spread it to somebody that it could do damage to.
That's exactly the way I feel. I know I'm strong and I can fight it, but my husband is not. He's got asthma. He's got pre-existing propensity for bronchial issues.
He has a wooden crutch.
He's on a nebulizer every week. Like, it's no joke. It is no joke. His lungs are BS.
Yeah. So that's, to me, what it is. So, yeah, when you say that it's overhyped, I think you got to keep it all into perspective.
You got a very calming voice. I like your perspective, Kevin Ralston.
Thank you.
It's very good. No,
yeah. Inside, I'm freaked out. And I'm drinking vodka. But other than that, we're all good.
I wish that was the truth.
This ain't coffee. This is vodka.
You're barely hanging on. You're just lying to make people feel better.
So let me real quick tell you about that. Cleaning your phone properly, the way to do it. Cleaning tools should be a microfiber cloth. Apple specifically recommends a camera lens cloth. They then say use warm and soapy water to the cloth and wipe your phone down. Make sure you take off the case, like I had said, clean the whole phone, clean the case too. Things like Clorox wipes are a bit excessive and they can eat away at the coating that keeps fingerprints from smudging your display. That's what I didn't realize. I was using a lot of harsh chemicals, and eventually, you know, the phone, how we do everything with touchscreen, there's some things it needs, and so you're putting on materials that can start eating away at your phone, and the functionality might be affected in time if you keep doing the process I've been doing. Yeah, Apple says to use 70% isopropyl alcohol wipes. I don't know. I've always seen that word, and I've never pronounced it. Is that right? Isopropyl?
I've always said isopropyl, but I don't know.
I don't even know. Isopropyl. I've never tried to pronounce that word, oddly enough, so I don't know.
I say isopropyl. So.
There you go.
Just say alcohol.
Yeah. So that's kind of what Apple's saying. So they say use the 70% alcohol wipes or Clorox wipes on hard surfaces if you insist.
I've got a bunch of those little alcohol wipes. I'll bring you some.
You do? Okay,
I've
yeah.
got them from when I used to give Panda the testosterone shot.
Yeah, they say those are pretty much like second best. Those are the things they're not really recommending to clean your phone with.
Oh.
Bring me some alcohol wipes. Hold the wipes.
Yeah. So there you go. You should be using a soft cloth. Warm and soapy water is what they say is ideal to kill the germs and also keep your phone safe.
I like it. Learning.
Yeah. Learning.
Feeling calm.
Yes.
It's the weekend, baby.
Oh, it is the weekend,
Let's
yes.
have some fun.
Well, you're just going to have to do it at home. Really, nothing is open. I'll give you kind of a quick rundown of everything that is closed. But I will give you a quarantine to-do list or a task list or just a fun list. Things that you can do.
You can play at home.
Absolutely. So we'll kind of balance all that out coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to let you know because we always talk about the weekend stuff that you can do. And, of course, the coronavirus stuff, I know it's everywhere. I know it's annoying, but it is what it is. And it's just something that, hey, this weekend your plans are likely going to be impacted on what you're going to do. Yesterday, we were asking whether or not the Orlando theme parks should shut down. It was really kind of split down the middle as whether or not they should. Well, last night, Disney World and Universal both announced that they're going to be shut down for nearly 2 weeks starting on Sunday. So you could go today, tomorrow, but then by Sunday, they're going to be closed down.
So do you think it's going to be packed to the brim today and tomorrow? Because it's going to be...
That's a great question. I don't know.
Is that a good move?
It depends. It's just where people are
I'll
dialed
tell
in
you
on
who's not going to be there, and that'd be me. I'm sorry.
So it's so funny. Kevin's on one level of calm. You're on the other level of panic. I'm trying to stay in the middle.
I'm just on the level of... if I don't have to absolutely do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay in my house and try to keep everybody germ-free.
I was also going to get a haircut this weekend. That's
don't know.
Really?
You know, did you see how they're doing it in China, right? They've got the blow dryer, like blow dryers on a 10-foot pole and the scissors. They've got like that clip thing, so they're cutting your hair from 10 feet away.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because they're saying there's a distance you're supposed to keep from everybody.
Okay,
I'll cut your hair right in here, boo-boo. I'll cut you.
I want to ask both of you because you both are on different parts of this whole thing. Virginia thinks I should not get a haircut this weekend. Kevin, should I go out and get a haircut this weekend?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
All right, there we go.
Go for it. Okay. Yeah. Probably the thing I'm most panicked about is they've shut down all sports. And I was just thinking about that. To me, it's going to be fascinating to see what ESPN does because they have shut down professional and college. You had NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, NCAA March Madness, Major League Soccer even is shut down. Even the XFL is shut down.
Wrestling, they're talking about canceling wrestling stuff.
What does ESPN do? I mean, what do you talk about? There are no sports to discuss, and that's all they do all day and all night. From a guy that once had a sports show, I wouldn't even know you're not doing sports content.
They'll force topics. You know how sports people are.
You'll talk about all the guys in sports that have the coronavirus.
It'll be brutal. I mean, that should really be about a 14-second discussion.
But they'll talk about other games and stuff from the past and what's
that'll be it, yeah.
in the future. And, there's definitely a lot to talk about. I don't know if it's going to be awesome to listen to.
So what you had is a couple Heat games at AAA for tonight, Saturday canceled. The Panthers game is canceled. The BB&T for tomorrow. Spring training is done, period. So there's not going to be any more spring training games. I got to one game this entire season.
Yeah, I know. I have spring training commercials to do in a little bit.
Yeah, you just have to talk about, the minor league stuff that's going to be coming up with the Cardinals and the Hammerheads.
Once it resumes.
Yeah, and that's the big question. When will it resume? I think pretty much everything is going to be shut down through at least the end of March, maybe April, and I think hopefully, we'll see maybe by May things might start kicking back up.
If everything's shut down through the whole month of May and the rest of March, that's going to be...
I think March definitely, and then I think you'll start asking questions about, okay, hey, can we start opening back up in April?
When you say now, do you think it'll get to a point where restaurants are closed, or are you just talking about major...
I'm talking about major sports,
yeah.
I'm sticking to sports right now. This is all the sports stuff. The, Inter Miami CF was supposed to have their first home game tomorrow, and they've now canceled that. So that is done. The Miami Open, it was supposed to start March 23rd. It's at least been postponed. And like you'd said, AEG and Live Nation, all their major concerts yesterday, at least until April. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We got to get through March. March is going to be a shutdown. Adam Sandler was going to be doing the Hard Rock Live tonight. That has been postponed.
I'll tell you one thing that has not been postponed, and y'all probably need to worry about this more than the coronavirus. Tomorrow's 3.14. Super Pie is in town.
So he is.
Look out.
Okay. Yeah, Blaze Pizza canceled Pie Day, so...
Super Pie is not... He's going to be in town. So
okay.
He's coming from a plane. He just got off a plane.
Oh,
so
wow. He's definitely got coronavirus.
He is way too lazy to come to Tequesta. I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid for Super Pie if he goes to Tequesta.
He might not live to talk about it.
Somebody just texted in, sucky mom moment, telling our high schooler that their trip to Hamilton today in Miami was canceled due to the coronavirus. Yeah, that's tough. I guess that the school has done that because events at the Kravis Center, the Broward Center, and the Adrian Arsht, where you've got Hamilton, they say are still on. So those things are still going down, I guess. So you had a couple like Miss Saigon and things like that. I think also... what is the one that's playing at the Broward Center? It's from the movie
Mean Girls?
Mean Girls, yeah.
Oh, that one looks really good.
Yeah, so I guess that's going on from what I can tell. Governor DeSantis is urging pretty much anybody who does concerts, fairs, sporting events, he's to strongly limit or postpone the activities. So.
Do you think we'll see Florida shut down their schools?
Ohio and Maryland have done it. I think I just saw a text that Michigan is talking about doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. They'll probably try to go to the online stuff. And that is the biggest thing. I mean, this is really what it is all about. It's a financial situation. This text came in, or Richard said this in the chat room. The virus we can get over. And that's true. What is really worrying is the millions of thousands of people that are losing their jobs and won't be able to provide for their families. And, looking at the stock market and what's going on with that. And there's a lot of, things in our life that's tied to that.
Virginia, just calm down because this is just in. Major League Fishing was just shut down.
There's a Major League Fishing?
There is. Yeah.
That's real?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they've just found the fish flu is apparently spreading now. Yeah, so some things that you can do. In fact, what people are going to be doing, kind of a quarantine task list. YouGov asked people, said, okay, so if you got to spend a lot of time at home, what are you going to be doing? Watching TV and movies, that is the number one thing. And by a good bit, 35% said that's what they're going to be doing. And so for me too, there is a lot of stuff that I've been like, I've almost been kind of like, boy, I almost can't wait till I get sick sometimes so I can sit down and really dedicate myself to all these shows because I can never get to them.
Well, you have an excuse to binge.
Yes, you do.
If you can't leave your house, you're like, okay, then this is not really like me being lazy. This is just me being responsible and not spreading germs.
Right.
I'm a charades man. I love charades. That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to play with Chewy?
I'll be with Denny's and Jen.
Oh.
Okay. Finally, reading more books is number 2 on the list. Anybody here saying that?
I've been telling my kid that. I ordered her some books on Amazon, and she is not happy about it.
The Judy Blume books?
I ordered her Judy Blume books.
Oh, how terrible.
They came in the mail, and she's like, Mom, I do not want to read this.
You know what you need to do? I know she's older. Would it be weird if you read them to her?
I wanted her to read them to me in the car when we were driving to New Orleans, and she flat out refused.
Just refused.
Mom, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, she might be too old for Judy Blume books, man.
Did I miss the window?
You missed the window. She's on Grey's Anatomy now.
I know. Oh, man, I missed
the building explodes. Like she's past Judy Blume.
Messing around on the internet. That's 12% of people said they're going to be doing that. It's sad that number 4 on the list is spend quality family time.
Charades.
Other people doing hobbies, social media, learning new skills, or just doing social media stuff. I did ask, and I was kind of curious, who's using the coronavirus as their excuse for skipping the gym today? Because, I'm always looking for that, valid excuse. Being, I can't make it. I got this. I got that.
I'm using it to not get on my diet. Like, this week's been terrible. I've not eaten one healthy thing this week.
So according to KVJ Nation, 25% said that they were using this. Only 25%, though. 28% said, well, I'm not going to go, but I want to. And then 47%, and this is the scary stat, I would go even with the coronavirus to the gym. So that's 47. Almost half of our audience is so diehard, they don't care if they got it. They're going to the gym anyway.
Yeah, gym.
Which for everybody else to let you know, if they're going to the gym with coronavirus, they're putting it everywhere. So if you're kind of half in, half out, be all the way out because stay away.
Skip the gym, make some food, watch some programs.
See, there you go. There's Jbird's diet advice. You always have the best diet advice.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in your Dirt of the Day, did the Corones get Charles Barkley?
What?
Oh, no. I'll give you a Charles Barkley update. What the heck's going on with the NBA Hall of Famer coming up in your Dirt?
Entertainment updates 5 minutes after every hour from the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
There are some people actually kind of looking forward to just, staying home and chilling, getting through some stuff you want to do, maybe a good TV show, series, movie, books, something like that.
There's stuff to do. Like I saw somebody in the chat room, because this is kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to play nothing but guitar over the weekend. They're going to be playing the cello.
Okay.
So, yeah, rock some instruments.
It's kind of fun.
Good time to learn.
Yeah. I hear that porn is skyrocketing. This is actually really great for the porn industry.
I can only imagine.
Yes. Apparently that is going very well.
That's a different kind of virus.
Yeah, well, they had that fake stat going around that that kind of stuff would build up your immune system.
Yes, masturbation was great for your immunity levels, and if you did it, that you would be more protected against the coronavirus.
Some of us KVJ members will be okay.
There's hope for the bird.
There's hope for some of us.
Here we go.
Yes.
Finally, a glimmer of hope for the bird.
They're talking about you might see a baby boom because of the coronavirus, which would be interesting.
Well, I mean, think about it. You're at home, not much to do.
Yep. And you might also see a belly boom because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, I got into some Cheez-Its yesterday because I was all panic eating. I've been panic cleaning and panic eating. I look like a squirrel in my house. Like
I made a taco party yesterday, and I was the only one that went. I made
Taco party one?
I made so many tacos. You would have thought I was feeding an army.
It's raining tacos.
It made me feel safe having that much taco around me.
It just even out of boredom. I like I said, I went to Whole Foods last night, got some my kind of snacks, and so I've got those. So yeah, for me, I'm going to be doing a little, diet pansy kind of, snacking.
I had 2 taco parties 2 nights in a row. I did one with Denny's and Jen on Wednesday.
You had an encore, huh?
And then I'm like, you know what? I want to do this again because I was craving tacos.
Well, I mean, why not? Why not? It just shouldn't be Tuesday for tacos. Well,
you're stressed about enough. Don't stress yourself about your diet now.
I'm not. I'm giving up on that right now. For now.
You can only control so much.
Let's get to this corona.
I mean, hey, we put sports on hold. We put diets on hold too, right?
It doesn't feel right going on a treadmill right now. I feel like I'm selling out. I'm selling out my people.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Well, here's something maybe you could experiment with. You might want to catch up because there's a woman in England who's going viral right now for a picture she posted on Facebook of a sandwich she likes. Now, what she does, she butters up 2 pieces of white bread, then puts plain cooked noodles in between and eats it like a sandwich. And people are going, who does carb on carb? And I'm like, I know who does carb on carb.
This guy's been doing it for his whole life.
Look, she's going viral for it. I'm like, what?
I know, man. I came up with a pierogi pizza. That is carb on carb.
That is carb on carb.
We did a cooking video on that.
Yes. So
Did not
now
go viral, by the way.
there's a lot of discussions going on social media right now about whether or not this carb-on-carb sandwich looks good or what other carb-on-carb sandwiches work. I remember as a kid growing up, my dad legitimately did like this. He would eat cold spaghetti sandwiches.
Yeah, I love it. Your dad's a smart man.
And I never really fully got it. That just blew my mind. Cold spaghetti sandwiches. That's what he loved.
A thing I make that's definitely carb on carb. I make grilled cheese lasagna. And it is, you basically take noodles and pasta.
Yes.
And you take tomato bisque as your base. And then in between the noodles, you jam sandwiches in between. So it's just this big pile of cheese, bread, pasta.
Do you ever get to poo? I feel like you are just blocking yourself up.
I'm just a bread and cheese guy.
We got to get you a colonic.
He's got cobwebs down there.
There's probably stuff up there since the 80s.
It's dusty.
Since the 80s. I have not changed my...
If I ate that, I would feel so
There's tumbleweeds.
sick.
Dennis couldn't believe it. He ate it, and he was not okay.
So what I think would be a good assignment for you, Jbird, I know we do these things for our E-Blast, Jbird's top 5 carb-on-carb concoctions, whether it be pierogi pizza, whether it be grilled cheese lasagna. You do 5 things, quick little tutorial video, give you something to do.
Yeah, you want me to do a video on that?
Yeah, and do 5. And you could do 1 a week. I don't want to stress you, or you could do all 5 at once, whatever you want to do.
Denny's, we got an assignment this weekend.
Yeah, I want to give you an assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna
Put the recipe on there, too. People love it when you tell them what they had to get.
And then try to get into this conversation with everybody that's talking about their carb-on-carb concoctions. It's a big discussion right now because some people just can't believe you would have carb-on-carb.
Oh, my God. It's the only way to live.
Yes.
And possibly the only way to die.
You're right.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in a second, Charles Barkley. Uh-oh. What the heck's going on? Why is he self-quarantining? I'll give you the full story coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, though, it looks like even though Peter and Madison were going to, I guess, reunite on The Bachelor after the final rose, they've now announced on their respective Instagrams that they are ending their relationship. They took to Instagram, each of them, and put a statement out and said, no, we thought we could try to make it work.
I mean,
we're not going to make it work.
I saw that whole thing going down, and I've watched minimal amounts of it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me if there's anybody out there thinking that this is forever.
I mean, the coronavirus, now this?
Yeah.
I know. How will we go on?
I just can't believe how much people are still into The Bachelor. It's unbelievable.
Guess who got out of prison yesterday?
Who got out of prison? I didn't hear her.
The Sitch.
He's out.
The Sitch is
probably a good
loose.
reason for that.
Fist pump, baby.
He was reunited with his roommates.
Okay.
And yes, it's a good world out there. You'll be able to see him back on the Jersey Shore family vacation episode.
Well, we needed some good news to balance the bad news.
Thank you. He's back, baby. The Sitch is out. And finally here, what the heck is going on with Charles Barkley? He's in the middle of a self-quarantine because he was traveling. He felt sick. He felt like he had the coronavirus, and he got tested, and now he's waiting for 48 hours to get his results back. He said he's going to self-quarantine because he feels like he may have it, and he doesn't want to pass it on to anybody else.
That's not a nerve-wracking 48 hours.
I know, right?
Oh, my gosh.
They can't give you a quicker answer than 48 hours. I heard the Cleveland Clinic was giving people answers in 8 hours. They have tests that they have that give you the answer back in 8 hours.
Oh, really?
But do I have to go to Cleveland? Can I go to the Cleveland Clinic here in Florida?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answers.
There's a lot of questions about where you go to get tested.
I think that's from what I'm hearing from all the conversations, is that's the biggest thing about
that's the tricky.
Getting tests, where, how, blah, blah, blah.
Well, look into the Cleveland Clinic because I saw it on the news and they were saying that the Cleveland Clinic had a test that had the answer back in 8 hours.
Okay.
And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
All these cancellations going on. Should we maybe think about canceling the dirt? I don't know.
Yeah, it powers right through the coronavirus, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Uh-huh.
Dirt of the Day brought to you by Cleveland Clinic, Florida, South Florida's top hospital.
That's ideal.
I don't know why we're doing that. We're going to have to work on that.
How did that work out that way?
It doesn't at all sound like it's interrupting anything.
Yes.
They took it away from me. They said, nope, we want Suits to do it now. Like,
Well,
all
it sounds
right,
like he's doing a traffic report.
let Suits do the tag. It
We'll
sounds
figure it
dumb. Let him do it.
We got to work on that. That's not quite right.
We got to fight the coronavirus first.
Yeah, I got a lot of
Then
things
we
going
will
on, but
fight
yeah.
the Dirt of the Day tag.
That's just kind of life for everybody, right? You just get something thrown into your wheelhouse. That's just not quite right.
Doesn't sound right.
I got to work on it. Yeah, it's
Not
just not.
good.
That's not it. That's not it. Let me see. There's a lot of people talking about carb on carb stuff. Boy, you really struck a nerve there. You can see why it's going viral, the conversations that are happening.
Well, it's comfort food too, Kevin.
It is, yeah.
I
it
mean,
is
all of
comforting.
us are stressed right
Yeah.
now. We need a little comforting, and carb on carb is comfort food.
It really is.
Macaroni and cheese grilled cheese sandwich.
I just had that on Tuesday. I just had them. We just ordered. Yeah, it's such an underrated. Calm down, Jason. It's such an underrated sandwich.
The vein in your neck is popping out.
I can hear myself speaking too fast.
Okay. All right. Some other people hitting us up with some stuff, too, about what you can do. Grant said Cuban restaurants do croqueta sandwiches, if you want to go check that out.
You know, several of the Publix have croquetas hot and ready to go right there in the case.
Okay.
If you want some comfort food, here's what you need to do. Take some donuts, the glazed kind of donuts, and make a grilled cheese out of your donuts. The glazed donut is now your bun, Virginia.
Wow.
You can even do that
Okay.
with a burger.
Is that going to make your top 5 list?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Kev. There's a lot there's a lot now that I'm worried about, and it's not the coronavirus.
You need to sit down with a pen and paper and really work this out.
You're right. Not even a computer. I gotta take a pen to paper.
You do. You got to put down, because I know you have 80 different options in your head.
I do. My mind's racing, Virginia.
Kevin only said 5.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Boy, I may have limited them. Garlic bread spaghetti sandwich. I have had that. That is amazing.
It's amazing. And you can also
Yeah.
throw a chicken cutlet in there. Now you have a chicken parmesan spaghetti sandwich.
Ooh.
I believe that the toasting of the garlic bread and the crunch of that with the texture of the softness of the spaghetti is what is going to make that so delicious.
You hear of a pizza taco? Well, you just did.
You shut the room down.
I did.
Everybody's thinking about
Pizza
it.
taco. Think about it.
How do you do
Or a
it?
pizza burrito.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, he's
That's
going.
a calzone.
No, it's not. No, not the way. No. You can do a spaghetti burrito, a little bit different.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Kevin wants to shut this conversation down.
We'll definitely get back to it next week. Yes, it'll come back up. Got some birthdays. Common. I think he's amazing. He's one of my favorite rappers of all time. I think he's just smart. He's poetic. He's amazing. He's 48 today. He's a great actor too. William H. Macy is turning 70 today. Also got a birthday shout out to Christiane from Coral Springs. From the kids, Alyssa, Cameron, Matthew, and husband Edgar. Also my daughter Xenia Pina.
Xenia Pina.
Yeah.
That's a fun name.
I think it's Pena, but I like Pina better.
Xenia
Peanuts, what they call her. Turning 12 today from Mom, Dad, Ivan, Evan, and Ellie. Tara, you're the best from Johnny Cakes. My daughter Christina having a 10th birthday from Mom and Dad. That's Stephanie who sent that in. Also, Mommy would like to wish her amazing Maddie a wonderful 9th birthday. So proud of the girl that you've grown up to be. Mommy, Scarlett, the toy poodle, Zeus, and Milo Cats. Big 8th birthday shout out to Kiera from Mom, Dad, Adrian, and Evan. 13th birthday going out to Carson from Dad, Carol, Cole, Dustin, Riley, Lola, Marley, and Sammy. Sarah Kay in Boston having a happy 23rd birthday. Go Terriers from Daddy, Carrie, Hannah, and Anya. Happy birthday, Chris, from Marley in Dallas. We've got one to Papa Lou Rangel, Gabe's dad.
Oh, we love him.
I love that family. It's a great family.
Yes.
From Doris, Gabrielle, Tony, Macho, Layla, and the family.
Cuties.
There you go. They brought us a brunch, and there is a photo of that stud right there, Papa Lou.
I
like that hat,
It's a
Papa
great
Lou.
picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ show? We're all about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Jbird, this is something that you could sit at home and play with Denny's and Jen this weekend if you're going to be quarantining yourself. No Name Movie Game.
We have absolutely played the No Name Movie Game
I believe
before.
it, yeah.
For a game night. We love game nights.
Yeah, game nights are fun. And maybe you throw a little No Name Movie Game into the mix.
We will do a charade. We are not scared. We've definitely done No Name Movie Game. We've done Think Fast before.
Okay.
For games.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, we haven't done. Okay,
Read
that's
My
a fun
Lips
little
we've
thing.
done. We have a lot of fun games you can play for game night.
Yeah, we do. You can do a KVJ game night. I love that idea. All right, well, we got No Name Movie Game right now and some tickets. There is an event that is open, maybe because it's not in a closed space. They're going to be doing this. It is the Band San Brews Craft Beer and Music Festival for a Cause with Thompson Square at Carlin Park in Jupiter tomorrow. We got our competitors lined up and ready to go. Christine is on here from Lantana. Hello, Christine.
Good morning.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
Okay. Virginia is going to be giving you the clues to the movies. Of course, you cannot use any of the characters' names, actors' names, or the words from the title of the movie, okay?
Okay, let me put on my belt real quick since I am the reigning champ.
She's the champ. She's having a good 2020. She's having a good 2020 season.
Yeah.
The witch is.
It's looking good for her.
You're the best at this game. And it's
Thank you for the respect.
It's really annoying.
I'm waiting for the insult.
Yeah.
There's no insult.
No, she's doing great. In fact, the stats right now, pipe down. Sorry. Virginia's got 7 wins. Denny's still with 0 in 2020. No wins.
It's been rough.
Jbird's got 2, but this is what's interesting. The total correct answers, Virginia has 40 points total. Denny's has 30. Jbird's got 22, yet Denny's has no wins. So he's not putting them together in the right combination.
Dang.
Yeah.
Weird.
That is kind of weird. So
Some would
there you
say
go.
maybe Denny's threw it for Jbird, those 2 wins. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate it, Denny. That's true. A win's a win, as we just were talking about.
Thank you to Joshua D. He is, or Joshua, he's just kind of stepping up. He had the mouth
He's
that
not a
was
D.
there. Well, he did that little smiley face thing, where you put the 2 colons and then the D, and I'm like, I missed the colon part. I'm like, Joshua D. It's Joshua with open mouth, apparently. Yes, thank you for doing the stats for us.
Yeah, that's very kind.
It's a big one. This is the belt going into to Corona weekend.
Yes. The person that has the belt better battles Corona.
And better clean it when they get back.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so here we go. 60 seconds are on the clock. Let's go ahead and play the No Name Movie Game. Your time begins now.
Hiya! I'm doing this. I'm a child. Wax on, wax off. Yes. You build this when you go to the beach.
Sandcastle.
Yes. You look up to this person in your career. They're a. You wanna mimic what they do, so they are a what?
Shit.
Pass.
Hey, here, dump it.
Dump that. Pass. Frankly, I don't give a damn.
Casablanca.
No, it's the other one. It's like the whole place is on fire. Yes, yes. Pass on that. Pass on that. Pass on that. It just happened in February at the end of the month. It's only once every. At the end of February.
Leap year.
Yes. He's got a man with a yellow hat and he's a monkey.
Can't say that.
Oh, Curious George.
Yeah, his name is Man with You.
That's his name?
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah,
The man with the yellow hat.
Damn.
I
think his name is Frank.
No, is it?
No, it's not.
I was gonna say.
Denny's.
I don't remember.
Denny's believes
I don't
me.
remember that from the Curious George literature.
Don't believe that witch. She's putting a spell on you.
Denny's goes, oh, Frank, really?
He just changed his reality.
I have never seen that.
His name's Frank.
What a generic name for him.
Does he have a name?
I think it's the man with the yellow hat.
Well, that
I
can't
don't know
be
why
his
this is
damn.
so hard to swallow.
What's in that coffee?
Was he baptized as that?
Oh my gosh.
We have to move on.
You can't shut her
Yes.
microphone off. You have the power.
All right, Joe is on here from Jupiter. Denny's going to try to get himself his first win of 2020 here.
Let's see what happens here.
All right, here we go. No Name Movie Game. Your time begins now.
This is a term used for when you have a garage sale and you want to get rid of it all. Pass that one. This is a thing. This is a thing that magicians say when they disappear. They say it right before.
Abracadabra.
Pass that one. This is a person who paints. or draws, or graffitis, any of the above.
Artist.
Yep. This is it's a pill. It's kind of like Adderall. The movie, it almost feels like it's Adderall the movie, but the guy takes the pill and he can do anything he wants. His brain is unlocked.
Invincible.
Pass it on. Let's see here. This is she gets yes, you got it. She gets stabbed in the shower by a man who dresses like his mom. Spoiler alert.
Psycho.
Yep, you got it. This is if you can't make it, if you are torn between a decision. It's also something that can happen to your pants when you bend over. It's a banana blank.
What?
Oh!
Did that
I don't
count?
know. Did he start before
Are
the
you giving
end
it?
of the
Suits is-
buzzer?
Give it.
Zeus is counting it.
giving it to
Zeus is
you.
counting it.
Okay. Wow.
Wow, we have a tie.
Buzzer beat. Yeah, we do.
Keeping it interesting.
Okay.
Denny's, mijo. That a boy.
What was that?
Bart.
How many was it?
5.
Four.
Oh, or 4.
Bird, you're not in charge of any of this.
Nobody asked you.
He was looking at me.
Nobody asked you, Frank.
All right, let's stop. Let's stop this. I gotta get focused here. The coronavirus got me all.
it does,
flooded,
yeah.
Kev. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
It's not helping.
Okay, Bird, you can break the ties and you can get the win if you get 5 correct. Your partner is Stacy from North Point. Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
Stacy, I need it bad. I need it real bad. So can we do this?
Oh, absolutely. We got this.
Okay.
I like the confidence, girl.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the chemistry here, too. Okay, let's see how this goes.
All right, focus.
Good luck.
All right, giving yourself 60 seconds here in the no-name movie game. Your time begins now.
She blinded me with blank blank. That's odd. That's an odd. Think odd. What's the synonym of odd math? They build a woman from scratch. They're two dorks.
Pass.
Ugh. Hiya! Come on now. Let's go. Pass. You do this when you're. I can't say when. What is it good for? When two countries battle, they are doing this. We are at. Think about it.
War.
Yes. Past Denny's. You are in darkness. You are in the most dark you could ever be in. It's the color of darkness. Think about
Black.
it. Yes, okay, but it's so... I'm throwing a ball at you. I'm throwing a ball into darkness. I'm throwing a ball...
Black hole.
No. Pass. Oh! Full moon. I'm a dude. I'm a dude.
Yeah.
One?
You got one.
You got 1. Yeah.
My bad, Jay.
That's my bad. Please
Okay.
don't take the
Yeah.
fall on that.
All right, well, thanks for calling in from North Point there. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay.
Oh, that's the voice of
North
disappointment.
Point? Where's that?
I don't know where North Point is. I know where Northport is. That's on the western side of the state.
We are in North Point. That's the name of our building.
Oh, we are North Point Center.
Mm-hmm.
She's calling from the lobby.
Maybe she's calling from inside the building.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my stalker.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no, maybe it was Northport. I don't know. There's no North Point, Florida.
Huh.
All right, let's see here. We got the tiebreaker. And by the way, we're going to have a consolation prize for you because, I'm just getting word. Nobody had let me know. But the band Sans Brews is...
Sans.
Oh, they
Yeah,
canceled
postponed.
it.
Yeah, so that will not be going off
You
tomorrow.
think they would have told you before you handed out the tickets?
No, I'm usually the last to know.
Come on, Denny's. You got this.
Okay. We go back to Christine in Lantana. Hello, Christine.
Hello again.
Okay, you've got the same rules apply. We're just going to shorten the clock to 10 seconds. A little overtime in the no-name movie game. You and Virginia, you ready to go here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your 10 seconds begins now.
If you're hanging 10, you say this to your friends when you're catching a wave. Yeah, bruh.
Surfing?
Yeah, but what's what you say?
Surf movie?
Come on, Denny's.
Surf's up.
Surf's up.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
Denny's,
I mean,
this
it's the
your
stage
day.
is set.
And I'm jumping on you if you win.
All right.
Why does there have to be blood?
Because we're going to celebrate.
Okay.
You just saw that movie, too.
There we go.
There
Let's
will
see
be.
if we can get a win. Denny's, this would be huge. All right, are you ready for this, Joe?
Ready. Denny's, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Come on, Denny's. Come on, take down the witch.
Get you on the board.
Okay. You said get you on the board.
Oh,
okay, get you on the board.
I speak Joe. All right, 10 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
If you hold your hands in front of a light and you reflect this onto the wall for kids, what would that be called? Pass that one.
Shadow puppet.
Yep,
Shadow.
you got it.
Look at that. And Denny's is on the board for 2020.
Yay, Denny's,
Wow.
you did it.
Very nice. Very
You
nice.
did it, Denny.
Okay, we got the question up on the KVJ Show Twitter right now. Melanie's fiance, Drew, here, we just talked to, doesn't want to go to her sister's wedding tomorrow for fear of the coronavirus.
Very convenient excuse.
So we asked, should she be understanding or pissed? Right now, 67% said pissed.
Is that our accurate Twitter poll?
It just started. Only 5 votes, so it just now got posted. So it's not very accurate because the sample will...
Not a large sample size.
Yeah, it'll ping back and forth, but it's coming in. And I will tell you from the text, it is going very one-sided, kind of like what James is saying here from Jupiter. What's your thought on this? Are you Team Melanie or Team Drew in this, James?
Oh, no, man. Team Melanie. I'm going to go one step further. Dude, he's not allowed to go to Starbucks, and he can't go shopping. He can't handle money. No. I wouldn't even marry him after that.
Really?
You're afraid of the coronavirus, and 20,000 people died of the flu in this country last year. More people are going to die from a bacterial infection being admitted to a hospital than the coronavirus in this country. I wouldn't marry him. You are not even a man. You're not even a man. Your fiance is going, but you're not. You're not even a man. I wouldn't even marry him. This is a blessing for her.
Okay.
Do not do it. Don't do it.
So wait, I don't think we know your position.
I think, he's just like, bam. It's just like he's got a hammer and Drew is a nail. Bam.
He's out.
Bam. 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 Yeah, there's a lot of unflattering texts come in for Drew. He is a bleeping moron, and what's wrong with the country right now? He's the kind of guy who buys all the toilet paper.
Speaking of, stop buying all the toilet paper. They were out at Walmart.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff that is going on with the TP.
It is.
James, let me see. We had Jorge from Pembroke Pines. He called in talking a little bit, though, about the Italy part kind of piqued his interest. He said, Italy is in quarantine. And he said that he just had a wedding that he was going to cancel in Texas. Does that make it a difference because you are getting on a plane at that point and you're traveling? And as we just found out, there are guys that are traveling from New York to Palm Beach that have the coronavirus, know it, and they don't care. They're getting on the plane anyway.
They just got a pilot from American Airlines, swabbed him, and he's got the corones. Ugh. Who knows how many flights he was flying?
My favorite part about that story with the guy from West Palm is when the woman gets on to try to calm down the plane. I'm like, that wasn't that comforting. What you said did not make me feel better.
You don't look like you got this.
Yeah.
Tamara in the chat room had said, you know what, Melanie should respect Drew's wishes to not go to her sister's wedding tomorrow. Like I said, my wedding is on April 5th, and I don't care if people do or do not come because they are worried.
Good.
You know what? Just don't come because that's less people I got to pay for.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
If you have all these expectations on people, people are always going to disappoint you. You have your man, you have the preacher, you're going to be fine. You're going to get married, you're going to enjoy your day. Don't put expectations on your happiness depending on people showing up.
Because 85% of the people at your wedding, they're annoyed they're there anyway.
Yeah,
and
none of the dudes want to be there. I'm here to tell you.
There's a lot of people who really are annoyed by weddings.
Yeah, that's true. I got another text that said, we need to come together as a country and not be selfish and think of our fellow neighbor. Unless people want to live like Italy is now, we need to act and stay home. So that is really about the only defense for Drew. Everybody else is on Melanie's side, calling Drew a lot of terrible names.
Oh, boy.
And saying that...
Drew's getting it.
Don't do it. Don't marry him.
Yes. The Twitter poll right now, 27 votes, so it's growing a little bit. 63% right now are saying that Melanie should be understanding of his concerns to not go. That's after 27 votes, 63%.
Still a small sample.
It is still a small sample. If you want to sound off, go to Twitter. I'll have Denny's put that up too at different places, so we'll see what people are saying. This is kind of interesting. A text we got earlier, it said, my husband is an executive chef at a catering company, and as of yesterday, pretty much anybody who had an event scheduled for the next 3 weeks has canceled. And unfortunately, he had to send his staff home saying that he doesn't know when we'll be back to work because they don't have any work to do. And, you know, to me, this is the biggest concern. This is the issue that is happening, is the financial impact that this is going to be having for people. Who knows, if schools start closing, that'll add to your financial impact. I know some businesses are trying to find ways to compensate for employees who would not be getting pay otherwise because of what's happening with the coronavirus. To me, that is the biggest problem that we've got here. The stock market is just, you know, getting rocked too, and a lot of people are affected financially by that. Stocks closed with their worst loss since Black Monday's crash of 1987 yesterday. It's the 5th biggest one-day percentage drop in history and the largest point drop ever. And I think I saw a blurb saying we're officially now in a recession. So, you know, that's bad when you talk the financial stuff.
I wish I knew what any of that meant, but just from your tone, it didn't sound good.
It's not overly great.
You sound sad.
Yes.
But we don't know those big words.
So Jbird was asking the question, what about a date this weekend? Would this be a good excuse to be like, hey, maybe we should put off our date?
Why? Did you have one lined up?
I don't have a date.
You sure?
I am sure.
Okay.
You're telling the truth. You're not looking at me in the eye.
Well, because I'm afraid I'm going to turn to stone.
It would be kind of interesting, depending upon where you side on this. If you have a date that wants to cancel and you're like, this is nothing, then you may be like, okay, let's not even bother rescheduling.
Here's the situation. My niece, her friend's supposed to go out with the guy she met online for the first time this weekend, and he wants to still do it. She does not. Oh, she's wondering if she should do it or not.
She should listen to her heart, as all of us should, because we're all set different at different levels of worry about this. And if she doesn't feel comfortable going on a date with him, and he's giving her a hard time.
He's giving her a hard time. You're making that up because he's a man.
And he sounds like a pig.
No, you're throwing in these details that aren't there just because he's a man.
I don't like this guy.
None of that happened.
Kev, we don't like this guy.
She wants to go on the date. I told her she needs to go and have fun. Don't worry about that. She wanted to know what you thought. I'm like, do you really want to know what she thinks?
I think she should really listen to her heart. And if she's not scared and she wants to go out, great. Do it. Listen to your heart. You are in charge of your ship, girl. You steer it wherever you want to go. And we don't need to be so judgy about where each other wants to steer our ships.
Listen to you. Ha ha.
And if you don't feel good about it, I mean, other questions. Did you Google him first? If you found him on the internet.
Plentyoffish.com is where they know each other.
You need to go Google him and make sure he don't have a record first.
You should do that with anybody.
Amen.
I have found out people, look,
you did. You found out a girl. Jbird went on a date with a girl and then found out afterward, girl had like 3 mugshots.
She did.
She did multiple.
One of them was for beating somebody up.
Felonies.
Like, you know what? Hey,
she looks so sweet.
She's a high achiever, though.
She goes for it.
Yeah, she does.
We should all be Googling.
Uh-huh.
And then listening to our hearts.
Listen to your heart. Coming up here, we got some Feel Good Fridays. We'll spike in. You got some good news. We could all use it. 877-979-9763.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second in your dirt, what's the latest with Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson? They have made another statement on their social media. I will share that with you coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Britney Spears does not want to work, they say, out of resentment for her father and the rules of a conservatorship. Now, we heard her son, who kind of went on Instagram, and I'm sure they were like, take that down, take that down. and he kind of gave the behind the scenes about how, he and Britney and even Britney's ex, Kevin Federline, are not fans of Jamie Spears because of the conservatorship, and they don't believe that he should be getting the $10,000 a month that he gets for overseeing her finances. So basically, what they're saying now is she's just like, okay, I'm not going to put out any new music. I'm not going to tour. I'm not going to do any new work. I'm not going to make any new money because I don't want to give you any of it. I'll just be sitting over here on my butt.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, she's been an interesting case study just to watch for a while with her dad, and I think how maybe she feels about it. Sometimes you've watched from the sidelines and you don't know exactly what's going on, but it feels like she has been forced to be out there. That song Dance Monkey, it's real big. It just feels like that's almost like a song about Britney Spears sometimes.
Yeah. And then she finally is like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If I don't want to, I don't have to
know.
work.
Yeah.
I can just sit here and be cool and then not have to give my dad more money. And that's kind of what I want to do because I'm mad at him because he's so controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fascinating.
I know what that's like to work and give your money to somebody else, Virginia. I think we all do. Oh, yeah.
Mark Cuban is going on the record about how they're going to be handling things, in the wake of the NBA canceling games. What is going to happen to the employees that work there where his team plays?
He's stepping up.
There's going to be hourly employees that aren't working. And so we talked again this morning with our folks at the AAC and getting the numbers. We have a program where the next 4 would have been Mavs games. We'll pay our hourly employees as if they worked.
Wow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's huge. And, if you're in a financial position where you can do that, that is a beautiful gesture.
He certainly is.
He certainly is.
Yeah.
As is Disney. Disney decided they're going to close Disneyland and Disney California and Disney World and Disney Cruises and everything. And they said workers will be paid during the closures. They said everything's going to be shutting down as of this weekend, and probably during the whole entire month of March, they'll keep us posted after that.
That's cool, and there's going to be a lot of good shout-outs to people who are doing that. I even saw Kevin Love. He plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He gave $100,000 of his own salary for the employees of the arena that are not going to be able to work because of the games.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that are stepping up and doing good stuff, realizing that the financial impact is likely going to be the worst part of the coronavirus for a majority of us.
And finally here, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson shared an update from Australia where they are currently in isolation after testing positive for the coronavirus. They just want to kind of give a word to everybody that they're doing okay. They're taking it one day at a time, but they are in isolation so they don't spread it to anybody else. They also went on to thank the team there in Australia, the medical professionals that are currently helping them get better. No word on how long you have to be. Like, once you are diagnosed, how long do you have to be in isolation? When do you let it run its course? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it a month?
I don't have the answers to that. All I have are questions. And my question to y'all is, you guys want to come over for a little Hanksathon this weekend? I'll host this thing. Well, I ain't got the corones, so you guys can come on over.
A new study found the average person who gets it is contagious for 20 days, but there is one patient they looked at that was contagious for 37.
It was an extreme case, they said.
Interesting.
That's what they're looking at.
And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife. Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, I don't know how valid you think this is, but now anything that happens in the world, we immediately run back to an episode of The Simpsons and try to claim that, oh, The Simpsons predicted this too. They've done the same thing with the Tom Hanks story. This is from the Simpsons movie in 2007, predicting that Tom Hanks was talking about how he would one day need to quarantine himself.
Yeah, it's true. My parents got coronavirus. Crazy. They're both down in Australia right now because my dad was shooting a movie down there. But I just got off the phone with them. They both are fine. They're not even that sick. They're not worried about it. They're not tripping, but they're going through the necessary health precautions, obviously.
That doesn't feel like the clip.
No, that is their son.
Yes.
Talking about them from yesterday's dirt.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm
Okay.
not sure whose fault that is, but I'll gladly take the fall.
I'm thinking it was a bird mistake.
How? But I'll take the fall.
It was labeled, "The Simpsons predicted that we should avoid contact with Tom Hanks."
You know, the corone's got us all, Kev.
It does. It's got us all behind.
It's my fault.
Here's
that is my fault.
Here's the actual audio. Okay. Does that sound like any kind of prediction about him quarantining himself?
No.
I don't think so either. It feels like a stretch. Can we just stop? The Simpsons has not predicted everything that ever happens.
There's a clip in there where at the end he goes, "I'm Tom Hanks and leave me alone." So that's why I think they're it's a reach.
It's a stretch.
Okay.
It's a stretch.
All right. Well, we'll go on to other things. New music you can check out on a New Music Friday. The Killers have got some new music out. It's a song called Caution. Okay. All right, New Killers.
Do you like it?
It's okay. Yeah,
I gotta hear it more.
Yeah.
I gotta hear the verse.
I'm just excited they might have some new stuff that's going to be coming out. So they usually have a couple good songs on every album. Excited about that. Well, if you like breaking it down in different variations, Sting, one of the greatest artists that we've ever had.
Now we're talking, baby.
Yeah. He did a little cover of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. What do you think about this? Okay. All right.
He's channeling a little Otis.
He dropped down a key.
Yeah, he dropped
did.
it
All
down.
right.
He's getting, I mean, he's up there. He's not, he looks great and sounds great, but
Yeah.
it's hard to hit those high notes, man.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, I know a lot of people are all whatever. Some people just annoyed with all the coronavirus stuff. I get it. Whatever you might be, wherever your setting is, we got all different settings here in the studio. From Virginia's tweaking, and people are just kind of annoyed.
Yeah, if that's all you're talking about, I get why it's annoying.
Yeah, but regardless, we could use a little positivity here. So some Feel Good Fridays. Somebody said, less than 50 days to my wedding unless COVID-19 doesn't object.
Yeah, that my boy's wedding, Bigfoot's wedding's coming up. I mean, we're talking, what's that date, Virginia?
Try it. When do you think you're going to be the best man in a wedding? You would think it's important enough to memorize the date.
Or at least write it down.
Chat room, help me out. No, it's 4/04/20.
What?
April 4th.
April
4th?
Yeah, April 4th.
Okay.
He nailed it.
Good.
Very nice.
That's coming right up, man.
He's getting it. Mm-hmm. Also, another Feel Good Friday. My new husband and I got married 2 weeks ago before all this corona hype, so thankful for that. That is kind of nice. Somebody said, finally got my $400 back from a tattoo artist that took it as a deposit and then ghosted me.
Oh, boy. That's terrible.
That is. I filed a claim with the bank, and they got it back from me. That's from Mary in West Palm. And then Becky, shout out to her sister Erin, who's done so many great things, including helping her with her 2-year-old daughter being in and out of the hospital. So that's a nice little appreciate you, sis. Well, with the coronavirus going around, I got something for you if you're going to be inside doing some different things. A 19-song playlist for COVID-19. And by the way, somebody texted in and broke it down. It's named COVID-19 because it's CO for corona, V for virus, ID for identification, and 19 is the number of the strain. That means that there are 18 previous known strains of the coronavirus.
Wow.
That's why if you see the technical term COVID-19, it is why it is.
I think if you asked me that at the end of the show, I would remember that.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll bring that back up again.
I think I retained it.
Okay. All right. If you get it wrong, is there a punishment?
You can punch me.
Okay. A lot of people kind of really looking to say, okay, making comparisons to the U.S. and Italy and seeing what's going on there. And is that going to be us? Is that where we're going? Who knows? I don't know, but they've kind of been a little bit more on lockdown. It was interesting just kind of reading some of the stories from people that were there, just kind of posting up on social. That's it. You know, we're connected with the world, and doesn't seem crazy, but it is something where, yeah, you might just be chilling, watching TV and not really doing anything else. We were talking about this yesterday, and finally now Disney World and Universal, they're going to be shutting down for nearly 2 weeks, starting on Sunday. And somebody texted in earlier and said that they'd heard from a friend that went to the theme park this week and said it was already pretty abandoned. So kind of interesting. I thought maybe it might go the other way. You never know. With spring breaks and everything going on, people are like, we're here. Who cares? Pretty much every sport is shut down. You got NBA, Major League Baseball. Spring training is over. That's very sad, disheartening.
These are how new sports are born, Virginia. When all the other sports are taking a break, people get bored. They start to take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that. They make their new sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what happens.
I'd like to see you and Denny's do a little ring toss fun this weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Do it.
Yard darts. Anything outside is still good. I mean, as long as you're not in a enclosed space with a bunch of people, I think that's the stuff that's getting shut down.
Now's the time where we should start playing ping pong.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Take your ping pong table out in the yard and have some fun.
Oh, I'm going to destroy the witch.
You better bring a friend.
Yeah, I think that's really kind of the note is doing stuff outside. So go out and enjoy the beaches and the parks and all that kind of good stuff. Get some fresh open air. Not a bad idea. There are some open air things that have been canceled, though. The Inter Miami CF home opener that was supposed to happen tomorrow, that is canceled. Of course, spring training, like I mentioned, that is outdoor. That is canceled. You have got even the PGA Tour is now canceled. The rest of the Players' Championship and the next 3 events on the tour are canceled as well. But Suits, NASCAR is still raging on? Okay, just no fans in the stands, right? Okay. I mean, yeah, just rednecks don't get that. Can't take away my NASCAR. I mean, come on. Miami Open is going to be postponed, and Gulfstream Park is closed to the public, but the live racing is still going to go on. So they'll have that so you can still at different parks, I guess, throw down your gambling.
Can you call in your bets or do them online? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, probably.
You don't need to be there.
Where's your temperature at for delivery if I was to order some breakfast right now? Because it's the weekend, you're a little stressed, and why not? Let's do this thing. Would you be skeeved out to eat food from delivery?
I wouldn't necessarily be skeeved out to eat food from delivery. I know what you're going to order, a bunch of carby stuff from IHOP. I'm more worried about being fat than being coroned.
Oh, it's the weekend, dude. We're just the first weekend to kind of get your feelings, calmed down.
I don't want no pigs in a blanket. Stop trying to be a pusher.
Somebody texted in and said, I was at Hollywood Studios on Monday. It was still packed. Over 1 hour wait for every ride. Couldn't even get on the Rise of Resistance.
Huh.
Okay.
So Disney wasn't, but Universal was.
Yeah, somebody said locally there is still the Seafood Fest in Royal Palm Beach this weekend. Okay, to check out. That's going to... Yeah, like I said, the events that are open. In fact, you just might want to check on their Facebook page or if they have a website before you go out, because even anything that I tell you right now, it could be a go. Like people are saying, hey, the Renaissance Festival is going on this weekend. But, I would, I guess as of this moment, but just keep checking because that might happen. That might pop up.
Check before you get in the car to drive there.
Yes. So there you go. So that's a couple things just to let you know. That's what your weekend events look like, which is pretty much nothing.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha-ha, fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. Ha-ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, the coronavirus shut down a lot of things, including KFC's classic standard slogan, finger licking good.
Oh, they're mad at the Colonel?
They gotta yank that slogan apparently until we because they don't want to encourage anybody to lick their fingers. Oh, that's crazy, huh? A lot of people concerned about losing money, but there's a little teenage entrepreneur in the UK that found a way to make some money from the coronavirus. Apparently, he was selling squirts of hand sanitizer to his friends.
That's brilliant.
That is actually really smart, huh?
Sell it for a quarter, a squirt?
I don't think he charged enough because in all he made just over $11. He was selling each squirt for 64 cents, so I guess he didn't get a lot. But
was he making change and all that?
Yeah, I don't know.
64
cents?
Odd number.
That is an odd number. I don't know what's going on there. His mom posted her son's money-making schemes on Facebook and wrote, very hard to discipline his behavior when his dad phones him from work to call him a bleeping legend. So, yeah, I think he got suspended from school for one day for doing it.
Oh, yeah. They frown on the side hustle where you're making money at school, and you just can't let the word get out.
Yeah, he should have done it a little bit more on the DL.
I used to sell hundreds of blow pops and stickers on the DL.
Okay.
I never got busted because you got to keep it close to the vest.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great advice for any kid out there who's looking to skirt the laws.
Respect the hustle.
Yeah. There is a man in Clearwater that got busted for stealing a single roll of toilet paper out of a neighbor's car. This is what we've come to.
I mean, y'all. I don't get it. And that is the one thing that is real, because I was at the grocery store and they were out of toilet paper.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, people all day have been hitting us up. Somebody said, I just want to call out all the lunatics who bought all the toilet paper. I had to take a non-quarantined you-know-what with paper towels because stores are sold out. That's making people pretty crazy, yeah.
I mean, how much pooping do you plan on doing?
People just are like, oh, I'm going to be locked up for 6 months. No, you're not.
If you're going to be home, you're going to eat all your snacks and you're going to be pooping more.
I don't know. Like, the toilet paper I'm so not afraid of that. I'm not having it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Florida man that got caught using a stolen credit card of a dead man at Disney. He was at Disney Springs, I guess.
Oh, my gosh.
He was a store there, yeah.
How did he get the dead guy's credit card? Did he kill him?
That is a really good question, yeah. They didn't really answer that in the story that I have here. They do say that he was trying to buy jewelry and gift cards with the credit card.
Oh, my.
And they say when officers arrived, he tried to eat the credit card to destroy the evidence. It's hard to get through that hard plastic.
Not safe in this day of the corones.
Anytime that I watch those murder specials, a lot of times they'll take the card of the murder victim and they'll use it. A lot of that's how they get caught.
Yep.
Imagine if it was one of those metal American Express cards. That'd be very difficult. That's not going to come out well either. Police also did a little search of the guy, see what else he had on him. Of course, he had a white powder substance in a bag in his pocket.
I'm sure it was sugar.
I mean, it probably is powdered sugar.
Well, they questioned him. They asked him. He said, I'm not going to lie. It's cocaine.
Well, at least he's honest.
Now you've chosen to take the moral high ground?
I'm not going to lie. It's cocaine.
It's coke, guys.
Okay. All right. A guy in Holiday, Florida got into an argument with somebody on Wednesday night and wound up throwing one of those new McDonald's McDoubles and a vape device at him.
Oh, my.
The McDouble's cool.
Yeah, I guess. You just catch it and eat it. But apparently a bigger burger might mean a bigger weapon. I don't know if it means more charges. But they did arrest him for battery. There's a guy in South Carolina that exposed himself in a Taco Bell to several people. Customers weren't having it, though. They tied his hands behind his back with garbage bags. Okay.
I like that when the customers just be, no, this is not happening today.
No.
They sit on him and detain him till the cops get there.
Let's tackle this guy who just had his hands all over his junk. Corona.
Yeah. There's a cop in Illinois that pulled over a woman for driving drunk on Saturday. She said she just come from her job at a strip club and wouldn't stop dancing. And when he took her to jail, she pulled down her shirt and flashed her breasts. Well, that's a fun arrest, isn't it? She was charged with a DUI.
Did he tip her?
No, he did not. You don't have to. This sounds like it was probably warranted. They decided a psych evaluation might be the best thing for a man in Iowa who asked a judge if he could sword fight his ex-wife and her attorney to, quote, rend their souls from their bodies.
Oh, my God.
What did the judge say?
Psych evaluation for that guy.
When's the sword fight happening?
It's not.
I feel like if you're fighting people with swords, that's a different level of insanity.
Amen.
Well, another thing will make you insane, meth. A Missouri woman was arrested after stabbing a man several times and choking him with a necktie.
Oh, my.
Apparently what happened, they were hanging out, having a good time, drinking and smoking a little meth. The woman then said, hey, we need some more meth. Why don't you go get some? He's like, I don't want to get any. I think we've had enough. What? That's when she flipped out, stabbed him several times, jumped on top of him, and then tried to strangle him out with a necktie.
I guess he'll think twice before ending the meth party next time.
You're right.
So are they staying together?
No. I don't know how long he's hanging around. He's taken to the hospital, and he's now in critical condition.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I mean, come on.
Man, it turns so quick. You're on this meth
You're
ride.
drinking, you're smoking a little meth, you're having a good time. Next thing you know, you're being choked out with a necktie. Life can turn pretty fast.
Yes.
Coming up here in a couple of minutes, we got a girl who is a little apprehensive Her boyfriend would like for her to poo in a box. She's not sure she wants to, and why is he asking this? We'll find out next. Apparently, fecal tests are pretty common. I had no idea that these kind of things were going on. Lana, who we just talked to, there is some kind of one of those things that kind of breaks down your body and tells you the optimal diet, things like that. And so she wants to look her best and have a great physique, of course, because she got a new hot boyfriend. And he's like, hey, cool, I'll do it too, and I'll pay for it. Just get me your poo sample, and we'll call it good. And she's like, I feel kind of weird giving you my poo sample.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But apparently it's actually kind of a normal thing that I guess some people do. Now, how the whole process goes down, there seems to be different ways. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, you put saran wrap over the toilet bowl, then you sit down and poo. Then you
Okay.
Then you take a sample and put it into the bag. And knows because I've had to take samples from my kid. Okay, there's got to be a better way.
Well,
got to be a better way.
As long as you don't have to touch it, I think it's good. But you got to be really careful. That saran wrap sticks to everything.
I feel like if I had my choice, I'm going to go with a box, not the wrap.
Okay. Yeah, there are different ways to do it, too. Some people were saying, yeah, I'm a lab tech, and you normally do it in a sterile cup. And then, yes, you send it to the lab. So... that's just kind of, I guess it's not just that she, goes in a box and then just puts it in the mail. I think there's a lot more to it than that.
The cup feels like a two-man project.
The bag does, too. I mean, who's holding the bag?
Who would hold your bag?
Denny's.
Kevin, you have to get a bag holder.
Okay, but think about it. If you ever dated somebody, think of the hottest person you dated in 2 months in, what it was like. Would you be comfortable?
No.
Yeah, I get it.
Who holds your bag, Kevin?
The queen would, right?
No, she wouldn't hold my bag. She'd hold her own bag.
Does Denny's hold your bag too?
He would, but he would tell me about it after. Like, dude, I don't want to do it.
I think I would have the less hang-ups with Bird doing it.
Yeah.
Bird's my bag holder.
Okay.
I'm at a point now, honestly, I wouldn't be pumped if I had to do it for Virginia, but I mean, you sent me
you're not doing it for me.
I know, but you sent me pictures of your butt.
Not the hole.
Well,
that's too much.
Yeah, you're too much, by the way. Clean it up, Sinicki.
I would have to get Magnolia to do it, I think. I don't want my husband to do that.
I don't think there's anything I wouldn't show or be a part of in front of Denny's. Denny's, he's the one person that I could not be embarrassed.
It's a great question about your friendship and relationship. Who's your bag holder?
You need to have one. If you don't have one, you have to think about it today.
It's a good.
Who holds Denny's?
I would hold it for Denny's.
He has a wife, too.
I think I hold it for Denny's.
I don't think he wants Jen to see that.
Yeah, I think it's me. It's Bird.
All right. Somebody also said it needs to be marked biohazard. So that usually requires special packaging and shipping, and that could be why,
You can't just mail it in an envelope?
Yeah, you can't do that. Patty's on here from West Palm Beach with a little explanation. You say this is a typical test kit that people will do?
Every day. People, if you go to your doctor and when you get in your 40s and 50s, you have to get a colonoscopy. And instead of going to the hospital and drinking the milk of magnesia, whatever it is, they send you a kit. There's a plastic thing that fits over the toilet. You go in the plastic thing. It doesn't touch. You throw it away, and you seal it up in liquid. There's a liquid that comes in it. You pour the liquid in.
I'm sorry, I gotta go, Patty. I just didn't even know this really was a thing, and I'm not pumped to hear that this becomes commonplace as you get older.
This is just part of getting older, and I appreciate the information because we need to know it's coming.
I actually don't appreciate the information. And second of all, again, no one's explaining why this creepo had to be the one mailing it out. You don't physically need to be the one mailing it out, dude.
I don't know. I think there's a lot to it. I think that's a process that has to be done, and you have to do it carefully, and it has to be done legally.
And privately.
Yes.
You don't let a guy you've only been dating 2 months be a part of any step in this procedure.
All we're trying to do is trying to figure out the maneuvering of, she doesn't, this is very personal.
By the way, the woman who just called in with all that information,
Yes.
she could have got another 10 minutes.
I know.
She had
I
a lot.
heard that.
I feel like I
heard
want to
that.
like get some more from her.
She had a lot of info for you.
She
Yeah,
did.
I couldn't do any more info.
Well, once you
I've
start
had too
dropping the
much
word
info.
liquid on me, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm finding out things I did not want to know. I didn't know this is all really happening.
Baby steps.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you go to maybe a place? Is there a clinic you could go to and you have a technician that could do everything there? And then I don't even know. I'm just trying to figure out if you're Lana, how do we help her out? Like, what does she do so that one, she, doesn't have to do something so personal in front of her new boyfriend?
In my experience, you just can't help out Lana's.
Is that what it is?
They're wild cards.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll continue to try to help you out here if there is a way that you can do this and not have such an embarrassing, awkward situation for this test. That's very interesting. I wonder, can she check and see if maybe they'll do a blood test instead? Nobody's embarrassed to give blood in front of their boyfriend, right?
Well, out of the two, I'd much rather give blood.
Yeah. I would think so, too. So there you go. And somebody said, yeah, fecal matter is mailed every day to labs around the world for different tests.
Wow.
Kind of makes you think a little different about mail.
I've learned so much.
Yeah, learned so much. Well, coming up here in a couple minutes, too, I wanted to get your coronavirus story. There are a lot of really interesting things that are kind of floating around. In fact, there's some stuff about UPS. We were talking a little bit about what can Brown do for you. Well, I got a text, actually, it has to do with a UPS worker that wants to get a little something off their chest. I'll let you know exactly what that is. But also interesting stories about people that are taking flights and things like that. Have you seen something interesting? What is the thing about this whole coronavirus that has blown your mind the most? A lot of people are posting photos like, I can't believe every single roll of TP is gone.
I got something going on with my relatives up north. They think people are canceling on them because they're Italian and because they're like, people are canceling on us. They don't understand the news. They're thinking we went to Italy. But here's the thing about my family. Up there, they're kind of annoying. I think people are canceling because they don't want to be around them. And two, they're always bragging about how they're always getting these imports from Italy. Like, oh, we'll get this. They're bragging about stuff they get from Italy. So they're scaring people. They're doing it to themselves, but oh no, everyone's against me.
Yeah, see, there's just like 1,000 different amazing little side stories that are going on about people's individual coronavirus experiences that I would love to hear. 877-979-9763. You can call or text those into the KVJ show.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ show.
Just got a lot more respect for UPS drivers after I realized that fecal tests are mailed all over the planet every single day. That's tough, huh?
Is it UPS? Do they just send the poo that way because it's what can Brown do for you?
I don't know if it's because of their slogan. I think it's just because of delivery.
I feel like FedEx and the USPS should get some poo too. We got to spread it around.
Now, somebody texted us earlier and they said, I work for UPS and they haven't said anything to us about the coronavirus. We interact with hundreds of people daily, but getting the package out is more important than their expendable employees' health. That was their comment.
What would happen, though, if the mail started to, like, nobody got their mail? That'd cause some issues, right? You're a mail person by, Blood, Virginia.
I mean, why can't they just leave the packages on the porch and not interact with the customers in this time of limiting social engagement?
Well, it actually went the other way. I know what you're saying, but I just saw this story where it's gone the other way, at least in San Francisco. Sources at UPS say that the drivers are now being required to get signatures from customers for even toilet paper deliveries because people are going around being porch pirates and stealing it from their neighbors because it's TP and they can't buy it in the stores.
Good Lord,
So it actually
Pete.
just got worse for UPS drivers.
This is terrible.
Anybody who would steal toilet paper, well, that's just the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
I can't believe how people are going crazy.
Well, that's just kind of it. It really just seeing how everybody is reacting to the coronavirus is what's so fascinating to me. I just, like we said yesterday, I feel like I'm in a dream. Or I feel like I'm watching a movie.
I'm in a movie. I'm in a movie, like a fuzzy, weird movie.
Well, the news doesn't help, depending on what you're watching, because they make it, anytime something closes, like in all bright letters, warning, Update.
Yeah.
This is closed now.
Yeah, I'm just sitting back watching it like I'm in it, and I'm not the least bit freaked out. I'm just kind of, doing my precautions and everything that I need to be doing.
What does it take for a Kevin Ralston to get freaked out?
1 out of every 2 people die.
Well, yeah, that's pretty intense.
Well, you asked me what
you
it
should
takes.
freak out before it gets to that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what finally does it.
Well, here's the scope of it. You've got me. I'm going to be staying in my house all weekend. I already decided. I don't want to go anywhere because I don't want to get Panda sick. Panda has compromised lungs that he just can't get the coronavirus. It might kill him. So I'm staying home all weekend. My sister, who is a nurse, is getting on a plane and going to Chicago because she's had these plans for a while. They're going out to eat. They're doing stuff, and then they're going to fly back on Sunday.
I like where your sister's going with that. She's more of the Kevin Ralston school.
Yeah. It's interesting just on the flights, too. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, my brother-in-law flies for Delta, and on his flight from New York City to Raleigh yesterday, he had 3 passengers on a plane that holds 150 people.
Wow.
It's crazy, right? I'll let you know.
Someone touched me in the hallway and they immediately apologized. Oh, I didn't mean to touch you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, touch away. I don't care.
Don't say that.
I didn't. Well, all right, I did.
I know you're trying to make them feel better, but we should all not be touching each other.
I hear you, but yeah.
Go home and touch yourself.
Yeah,
I know that's what you're going to do this weekend. You're going to be so busy.
Somebody else texted and said, my son's been in Barcelona for the last 2 weeks. He came back home last night, nonstop from London, and I hear all these television experts saying that when you travel, you'll get screened for coronavirus. I asked my son, how was the screening process for coronavirus? And he said there wasn't any. He said they just checked his passport.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of false information out there. Like people are coming from overseas and they're not being screened. And I don't know what the right answer is if they should or shouldn't. But if people are out there saying everybody's getting screened, that's just not true.
Fact or fiction? Is the Prime Minister from Canada's wife, is she's positive with it?
Yep, she got the corones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He, so far, doesn't have any symptoms, but I think the both of them are isolating.
Yeah, just as long as Keanu Reeves doesn't get it, we're fine.
Whoa.
Yeah, they got Tom Hanks. Okay. Keanu Reeves. I'm really monitoring the health of Tom Hanks. When Tom Hanks is better, then I'm going to feel better too. And he says it's fine. And they had a lot of people on the news yesterday that had been quarantined with it. And they were just like, okay, it's not a big deal. I mean, if you get it, it's really not scary. It's a,
I think that's
mild
the
to
thing.
moderate.
If you're healthy, but if you're not healthy,
right.
It could be a death sentence, and that's what you just need to realize. This is not for healthy
get that.
people.
You're being too positive, Kevin.
Don't be
I
so
know.
positive because there's a lot of people that are compromised. You got to think about them, even if you're
I am.
healthy.
And that's what I said earlier on the show. I went into great detail about how I'm making sure I'm not a carrier. I'm talking about myself personally.
It's so funny. We're all set at different levels here.
We are.
Yes, I'm not saying for me, I feel fine. I realize I don't have that.
He was just saying that if you are healthy, that don't be all freaked out. Because I think there are some people who are freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, I got
She's
it.
not going to be satisfied, so everybody's as freaked out as she is.
Kevin, you're being
I need you to freak the hell out.
I'm not going to. Not going to be me. But there are going to be people that, whether you like it or not, a lot of things are going to be closed, or it's going to be tougher to do some of the plans that you want to do. So a little bit of quarantining is basically what you're going to be looking at. So what would be your top quarantine item? What do you have to have?
Just one?
Yeah. Get one thing.
Pizza
What would
or
it be?
guitar?
Yeah. What would be your top item?
Oh.
Kind of curious what the people would say.
Netflix, right?
But then you only have the system of Netflix. You can't watch it on a computer or a TV. You only
I
get
think
one.
if I have my flat screen TV, I'm good, right? Because I got my Netflix on it.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
You're putting little holes in your game, or all.
I know I'm not. I think it's an easy game. You're making this too difficult.
We'll dissect it.
Yeah. Okay. If it got to this, and we had to quarantine, what is the one thing that you must have for your quarantine? You get one item of what that would be.
You got to say TV, right?
Okay, so food, is that separate because you need it's a necessity anyway?
What, the food?
That shouldn't even be an item.
I think if you want snacks would be a separate one. And I got that, and I would put that more into a luxury type thing. I mean, we'll take all the boring necessities out of it, and we'll put luxury item. And I would put snacks in a luxury item because you don't have to have snacks. I know you think you do.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
I'm just seeing where the rules are at here.
Yeah.
So would pizza be a luxury snack?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone's hard ass today.
Pizza, despite your belief, is not one of the food groups.
Here's what you got to consider, and this is what a lot of people are saying, what their item would be. It would include your smartphone.
Oh.
So imagine that, you're quarantined, no phone.
Well, if you're quarantined, what are you doing? You don't need it anyway.
I don't want
But you can get a lot of things on your phone. You could argue with your social media, you could watch videos, you could do everything. And a lot of people would argue that is the one thing you've got to have.
I definitely pick pizza over my phone. Oh, my phone? It's nothing but problems. Nothing but problems in that phone.
Really?
Oh, dude.
So many X's.
If it's not an X, it's at work.
News, information, life, the world around you, entertainment.
He don't watch no news.
I do watch news. That's the problem. I'm watching too much damn news. I'm going to back that up a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe my phone, I agree with Jamie. That's what she said. That would be hers. Other people are saying maybe a gaming system. Like Lucas said, his would be Nintendo Switch. Rachel Lee said the PS4.
But if you have the gaming system, you get the TV too?
You get what comes with it, yeah. You get one luxury item.
That's 2 luxury items.
It's what comes with the luxury item. That's why getting a phone is smart, because you get multiple things with it.
I like when you guys argue.
I don't. We got to bring it.
Come on. You're letting the Corones separate you.
Tearing us apart.
Tearing you apart.
Starting a civil war in here.
You get an item and the things that come with it.
Okay.
An item and what comes with it. The benefits of that one item.
I'm still picking my TV. Because I got DirecTV, I got the satellite,
Sure.
I got the Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a good setup.
I can get everything that I got on my thing, though, with my phone. That's why I think that would probably be my number one.
It's too little. I can't watch a movie on my phone. I know.
Put it closer to your face. My wife got these ridiculous goggles that you put on, and it has where you set the phone in it, and it looks like it's a big screen, kind of like TV thing, and it's strapped to your face. I'm like, you look ridiculous.
Can you please take a picture of
I'll
her
have
wearing
to.
that?
So I'm like, that's asinine. I can't believe you're wearing that.
Is it real close to her eyes?
Yeah, it's like goggles, and then it it has a thing where you put the phone in it sideways, and then it's supposed to make it look like a large screen experience. It's so ridiculous.
I need to see this.
Yeah.
You got to snap a picture.
Another comment was an iPad. Okay, that is a larger screen, and maybe you can get a lot of the same features that you have on your mobile phone. Somebody else said mine would be alcohol. Yeah, so if I go with my phone, ain't no alcohol during the time I'm chilling at home. That's not happening.
Is a bed considered a luxury item?
No, that's a basics.
Oh, okay, all right. That's me so disgusted.
A basic bed.
Stop insulting Kevin.
If you want a comfy bed, though, maybe that's tricked out.
Because I guess that's my question on this game. If you do decide to go with a gaming system or a computer, does that mean your bed disappears, your TV disappears?
Luxury items.
You taking my sleep number bed over my dead body.
That's what I'm saying. So
That's kind of a luxury item.
Yeah, so your bed disappears.
Yeah, kind of a luxury item.
You're on the floor watching your little specials.
Can I lay on the sofa?
Yeah.
I like to lay on the sofa and watch TV.
We'll think about it. We'll let you know.
Jorge from West Palm Beach. What is the one luxury item, if you have to quarantine, that you must have?
I'm with Denny's. I need pot. That's it.
It's weed.
That would be it. That'd be your choice. Yeah, Catherine agrees with you in the chat room, too. A lot of people are saying that.
Weed.
That's true. So if you pick your TV, you can't pick your weed or your alcohol.
Yeah. But if you just picked weed, you'd just be sitting there, okay, yeah, I'm stoned.
I'd like to order a pizza, but I can't because it's a luxury item.
That's right. So think wisely.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
It's just really fascinating being in the chat room and kind of seeing what everybody's talking about, the individual stories that everybody has when it comes to what they're doing to get ready and, where there's TP and not. I just found out in my neighborhood there's no TP at the local Publix, Virginia.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think we're okay, though.
Well, there's still TP for you to steal out of the employee bathroom, just saying.
Okay.
No, we don't steal from this station. Only our last, the one that fired us. That's when it was right.
Okay.
Do we have to drive down there and steal from the station in Miami then? I'll take their TP.
I can't tell you how much toilet paper I stole from them.
Well, other than just the coronavirus stuff, there's a couple things going on. Did you even realize today's Friday the 13th?
I did.
That's right.
I mean, that's insane, right?
Just this week, they were talking about how it was a full moon, Friday the 13th, Coronas.
Would this be cozy if I came over to your place, brought some snacks, and we did a Friday the 13th marathon, the movies?
Oh, I'm scared of those movies.
Gosh, you are
and
so...
it technically would be on Saturday the 14th.
Well, not if I come over today.
Oh, okay, going today. Okay.
I mean, if they'll have me.
We were supposed to have dinner tonight, all of
I
us,
know.
and I canceled it because I just don't feel comfortable.
Panic pants over here. Totally canceled this awesome dinner we had.
Oh my God, I got those at Sunday State Style. Panic pants.
Panic pants. They're very tight.
Very tight.
That's the thing about panic pants.
But they make you look skinny.
And you know what? When you really have to go to the bathroom, they don't come off. So then you panic even more. Panic pants are terrible.
I mean, the whole anxiety, neurotic act, that's my thing. What are you taking that for?
She's all over it. Yeah, there we go. Happy Friday here at the KVJ Show. We still got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here in just a matter of minutes, getting you into the weekend. Before we do that, though, Jbird is going to wrap it up here today with his thought for the day. We all need a little optimism and positivity here, Jbird.
Something for you to contemplate while you're quarantined at home. For anybody.
Yes, give us some positivity.
Don't allow your wounds to turn you into a person you are not.
Okay.
Good job, Bird.
Good job.
Where's your
KVJ
positivity?
not only does a radio show, but also does an after the show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.